An obscure and bloody biker conflict played out in the pages of history, surrounded by the sounds of revving engines and the bonds of leather-clad brotherhood. Amidst the fire and brimstone, a horrifying tale of vicious rivalries, enigmatic allegiances, and covert activities developed, leaving behind a trail of mystery and mayhem that altered the landscape of outlaw motorcycle gangs for good. Let's find out what stoked the flames of black hatred that culminated in the bloodiest biker war in history. The Quebec Biker War, also known as the Quebec Motorcycle Gang War, was a violent conflict that erupted in the 1990s and had a significant impact on the Canadian province of Quebec, resulting in widespread devastation and loss of life. Multiple notorious outlaw motorcycle clubs fiercely fought over who would ultimately reign supreme in the region's highly lucrative drug trade and various other illicit enterprises, engaging in intense and often violent clashes. Two major biker gangs, namely the notorious Hells Angels and the rival Rock Machine, were at the epicenter of the intense and highly publicized fight. In their relentless drive to expand their criminal empires and assert dominance over the lucrative drug market in Quebec, these ruthless gangs became embroiled in a brutal, bloody, and highly destructive turf war. The notorious Hells Angels Motorcycle Club made their presence known in Quebec during the late 1980s, engaging in a fierce rivalry with existing gangs such as the Rock Machine, previously recognized as the Banditos Motorcycle Club, igniting a violent conflict. Bombings, shootings, and assassinations relentlessly ensued as the two warring factions fiercely battled over contested territory and lucrative illicit enterprises, leaving a trail of devastation and despair in their wake. Public safety was severely compromised during the intense Quebec motorcycle conflict, with numerous innocent people tragically being caught in the dangerous crossfire that ensued. Due to the gang's highly secretive and tightly bonded nature, law enforcement authorities faced significant challenges in conducting thorough investigations and successfully prosecuting the individuals involved. The Canadian government recently passed strict legislation and has significantly stepped up its efforts to dissolve the criminal organizations in an attempt to effectively stem the alarming rising tide of bloodshed and ensure public safety. This particular operation showcased numerous significant undercover operations, intensified monitoring efforts, and resulted in the mass arrest of numerous gang members. Many prominent political and military figures on both sides were either incarcerated or dead before the end of the 1990s, and the widespread violence gradually subsided, leading to a more stable and peaceful environment. After years of intense and violent open warfare, the notorious motorcycle gangs, the Hells Angels and the Rock Machine ultimately reached a much-needed ceasefire agreement in the year 2002, marking a significant turning point in their tumultuous history. The notorious Hells Angels had an extensive and notorious history of involvement in the illicit drug trade, and their primary objective during the intense biker war was to further solidify their dominance in the lucrative Quebec drug market. Cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine trafficking became synonymous with them, leading to widespread criminal activity and devastating consequences. The group successfully made a substantial profit by effectively importing, efficiently distributing, and lucratively selling these medicines using their extensive network and abundant resources. A significant number of individuals tragically lost their lives during the intense and violent clash between the notorious Hells Angels, the Rock Machine, and various other rival gangs. Assassinations like these were frequently carried out by the notorious Hells Angels motorcycle gang in order to ruthlessly eliminate rival gang members and others who were perceived as significant threats to the gang's illicit activities or territorial dominance, leaving a trail of fear and chaos in their wake. The brutal assassinations, which were a chilling testament to the sheer brutality of the gang members, were often marked by extreme violence and executed with meticulous precision. Violence escalated dramatically as emotions reached their peak during the intense motorbike war, resulting in bombs and arson becoming disturbingly prevalent occurrences. The notorious Hells Angels and various other gangs were equally responsible for engaging in destructive acts, such as vandalizing shops and homes that belonged to their rival factions. These brutal assaults were relentlessly conducted in a calculated effort to instill unparalleled terror and ruthlessly claim domination over the fiercely contested territories held by rival gangs, leaving no room for compromise or negotiation. As a result, there was a serious and imminent threat to the safety of innocent bystanders, as well as the well-being of surrounding businesses in the vicinity. In spite of the formal conclusion to the biker war in Quebec, outlaw motorcycle gangs like the notorious Hells Angels are still actively involved in criminal activities within the region, albeit with less public violence and notoriety than they did during the peak of the conflict in the 1990s.